I never thought I'd be the one to say this, but we should have stayed quiet. We really should have stayed quiet. My name is David, and for most of my life, the night sky over Magdalena, New Mexico, felt like an old friend. I'd lie on the roof of my Aunt Vera's small adobe house, the cool desert wind brushing against my skin, carrying that dry, earthy scent of sagebrush and dust, and I'd stare up at the stars until my eyes burned. Billions of them, cold and distant, winking like they knew secrets we never would. Olivia used to lie there with me, her head on my chest, her fingers tracing lazy patterns on my arm, as we whispered about everything and nothing. We grew up together in this tiny town of barely 900 people, the kind of place where tumbleweeds really do roll down Main Street in winter, scraping against the faded storefronts with a sound like dry bones rattling. Flatland stretches out forever in every direction, broken only by low desert scrub, and the distant purple mountains that seem to guard us, or maybe trap us. What made Magdalena special, though, was its proximity to the very large array. Those massive radio telescopes, 27 giant white dishes arranged in a huge Y shape across the plains, listening, always listening to the universe. Olivia and I started working summers there when we were 15. Her mom would drop us off, or we'd bike the dusty roads, hearts pounding from the effort and the excitement of being together. We'd run the gift shop, sweep the walkways, help with minor tasks while the scientists went about their mysterious work. I loved it because it meant time with her. Olivia had this laugh that cut through the desert silence like sunlight, warm and bright, making even the hottest days feel bearable. She was smart, curious, always asking questions about the stars that the astronomers would patiently answer. I fell in love with her somewhere between handing out brochures and sneaking kisses behind the control building when no one was looking. Last year, I went off to college, but summers brought me back. This summer was supposed to be different. I had a ring in my backpack, a simple silver band with a tiny sapphire that reminded me of her eyes. I was nervous as hell, practicing my words in the dorm mirror for weeks. Olivia, we've been orbiting each other our whole lives. Will you finally let me pull you in close? Horny, I know. But it felt right. Then the call came. Aunt Vera, the only family I had left after my parents passed years ago, had a heart attack. I drove through the night, the highway lights blurring with my tears, the radio playing static-filled songs that seemed to mock the emptiness inside me. When I pulled into the hospital parking lot, Olivia was already there, waiting under the harsh fluorescent glow. She hugged me tight, her familiar scent of vanilla shampoo and desert wind grounding me. We went in together. Vera looked so small in that metallic bed, her skin pale against the white sheets, but her eyes still sparkled when she saw us. "My boy," she whispered, squeezing my hand with surprising strength. "Don't you worry. I'll be back on that porch rocking chair soon enough." The doctors said she'd recover fully. Olivia talked about canceling her trip to New York with her sister Irene, but I insisted she go. "You've been planning this for months. I'll handle things here. 2 weeks isn't forever." Looking back, God, that decision haunts me more than anything. We spent one last quiet evening on the porch, the stars blazing overhead, the cool night air raising goosebumps on our arms. Her hand in mine felt like the only solid thing in the universe. I almost asked her then, but I wanted it perfect. Stupid. So stupid. The next morning, I drove them to the airport. Olivia kissed me goodbye through the car window, her lips soft and lingering. "Come back soon," I said. "I will," she promised, smiling that smile that lit up my world. Then she was gone. I headed back to the hospital, where Vera was already sitting up, laughing with her best friend Lucy. Relief washed over me like a cool breeze. After that, I stopped by the observatory. The parking lot was dusty, red plumes rising behind my tires like blood in water. Leon, the head maintenance guy with his weathered face and strong hands, was wrestling a heavy planter. I helped him, and we spent the afternoon digging out dead trees, replacing them with olive and native grasses under the relentless sun. Sweat stung my eyes, the dry soil caked my hands, and the metallic tang of tools filled the air. During lunch, Leon told me things had been strange. Skeleton crew, closed-door meetings, staff sent home. Karen, the office manager, working remotely now. Something's up, he muttered, chewing his sandwich slowly. Maybe we found something out there. Or maybe something found us. I thought, glancing at the massive dishes pointing silently skyward. Leon's words stuck with me as I drove home that evening through the empty desert roads. The sun dipped low, painting the mountains in fiery oranges and deep purples, the air growing cooler with that crisp, almost electric chill that desert nights bring. At Aunt Vera's house, I sat on the porch eating leftovers, the wooden boards creaking under my chair. Miss Perez down the street rang her dinner bell for the stray cats, the metallic clanging echoing softly. Normal sounds. Comforting. But then, the deer. 8 of them, moving in a silent single file across the road, eyes wide with something like fear, followed by dogs and a cat, all heading toward the mountains. I told Leon the next day. He shrugged, but his eyes were uneasy. Animals sense things. Earthquakes, storms. But this felt different. That night, the silence was deeper. No dogs barking. Just the wind whispering through the scrub. I dozed off on the porch and woke to rain pattering lightly, a rare desert shower. Clouds hung heavy overhead, but the moon peeked through in the distance. Then a flash movement. I stood, heart picking up pace, and watched the animals vanish into the dark. Sleep was hard. At 3 amperes. I bolted awake, chest tight, a crushing dread pressing down like the ceiling was lowering. The house felt wrong. Lights didn't work. Power out. From the kitchen window, flickering light reflected off the fence sparks, raining from utility poles like demonic fireworks. The whole street lined with them. Miss Perez ran out, poured something in the road. I yelled, but intuition froze me. A low mechanical hum filled the air, vibrating in my bones, the static electricity making my hair stand on end and skin crawl with invisible prickles. Clouds overhead pulsed with dim lights. Then the scream. A wide swath of blinding light swept down. Miss Perez dropped like a puppet with cut strings. And they came, skittering from shadows fast, elongated limbs, moving on all fours with horrifying grace, pausing to stand upright, angular heads tilting like predators listening. 6 or 7 at least. They smashed into houses, doors exploding inward with crashes that echoed through the night. Gunshots, screams cut short. I backed inside, locked doors, heart hammering so loud I feared they'd hear it. The air smelled of ozone and fierce sweat. I hid in the crawl space above the closet, dust choking my throat, the wooden ladder creaking faintly under my weight. Below, they tore through the house glass shattering, furniture splintering, claws scraping wood with a sound like nails on bone. Their screeches pierced the air, high and unnatural, sending ice down my spine. I barely breathed, muscles locked, mind racing with images of Olivia safe in New York. Please God, let her be safe. Hours passed in that suffocating dark, the hum outside waxing and waning, as the thing above the clouds swept the town in patterns. Exhaustion took me. In dreams, Aunt Vera rocked on the porch, young and smiling. I'm with Jack now. Go, David. Go now. I woke with certainty she was gone. The house empty. I packed frantically, backpacks with clothes, camping gear, flashlight, radio, batteries, canned food, knives, water jug, medicine. The photo of me and Olivia, an old arrowhead from our camping trip, and on the wall by the door, in bold black marker, Olivia, when I left they were sweeping every 10 minutes. Wait until moving away, head for where we found the arrowheads. I'll watch for you. I love you. David. I slipped out into the pre-dawn dark, low scrub scratching my legs, the cool sand shifting underfoot. The hum returned I hid, breath shallow, static raising every hair. It passed. I moved toward the mountains, mind filled with memories. Our first kiss under those stars. Olivia's laugh echoing in the VLA gift shop, her hand in mine during storms. The dread was cosmic, now not just creatures, but the vast indifference of the universe we'd poke. Dark forest theory. We lit a flare, and something hungry answered. Days blurred in the cliff dwelling we discovered years ago, ancient, silent, tucked in the valley wall. 3 levels of cool stone, smelling of dust and time. I set camp high up, rationing supplies, scanning the horizon with binoculars, the desert heat shimmering like a fever dream. Nights were worse. The hum would drift from the direction of town, lights pulsing faintly. I'd lie awake, heart pounding, feeling watched from above, the weight of stars pressing down. Hallucinations crept in, whispers in the wind that sounded like my name or Olivia calling. Was it real? Or signals messing with my head? I thought about the VLA. Those dishes weren't just listening anymore. Maybe our summer jobs, the signals we'd helped maintain indirectly. Had we sent something specific? A beacon that said, "Here we are. Come." The creatures weren't random invaders. They moved with purpose, harvesting the town methodically. And what if they weren't destroying, but collecting? Minds. Souls. The thought made my stomach churn with cold nausea. Weeks passed. I marked days on the stone wall. Hope for Olivia kept me alive, her smart, resourceful nature. Maybe she never made it to New York. Maybe she turned back. Every dawn, I'd climb to a vantage point, watching the trails, the arrowhead heavy in my pocket like a promise. The desert felt alive with threat now, unusual silences, shadows that moved wrong, a metallic taste in the air after the hum passed. One evening, as the sun bled red across the sky, painting the rocks like warning signs, I heard it closer than ever. The hum, vibrating the cliff itself. I hid deeper, knife in hand, sweat slick despite the cooling air. Footsteps. No. Skittering on rock below. One of them. Close. Its breath wet, rasping echoed up. I didn't move for hours, muscles screaming, mind screaming louder with memories of her smile, her touch. If they took me, who'd wait for her? They left. But the twist came in the night. Through the small opening, I saw lights, not just the ship, beams scanning, and in one flash, a figure, humanoid, but wrong, moving with the creatures. And it looked toward my hiding place, not searching randomly, like it knew. Then the radio crackled faintly one night, batteries low. Static, then a voice distorted, but hers. David. Signals. They heard us first. Cut off. My blood ran cold. Had she been trying to reach me? Or had they used our frequencies against us? The ultimate horror, we didn't just invite them. We gave them the map, the language, the way in. And now, they were using it to hunt the ones who loved the stars most. I sit here still, every day watching. The desert wind howls through the dwelling, carrying scents of distant smoke. My heart never stops its uneasy rhythm. Olivia, if you're out there, follow the message. But part of me fears the real twist. Maybe the contact wasn't invasion. Maybe it was recruitment. And the signals in my head now whisper that waiting is futile because they've already won. The stars above don't wink anymore. They watch. And I wonder if my signal back, my love for her, will be what draws them here, too. We should have stayed quiet.